Hey, everybody on Zoom. All right. So in Huddle today, we're talking. So this week, we're talking about LinkedIn. So I'm bringing a topic within LinkedIn every single day. But if you've got something that takes us off of LinkedIn, that's completely fine too. Okay. So, but in LinkedIn, yesterday, we talked about it being like a gold mine for you. It could be your next gold mine. And you're sitting there letting it just kind of, you're not even digging in it to see what's there. Okay. Yes, most of the older generations are on Facebook and LinkedIn. Okay. Go where they're hanging out. Where do the older generations have that the younger generations are working toward? They have money. Okay. If they've got the money, okay, and they're happy in their home, what do you think that they should that they should do because they're not moving? Okay. How can you help them grow their portfolio essentially? I'm sorry, have them invest. Okay. Hey, take this amount of money, put it in, into this investment property. And then in 5 years and 10 years, you're going to have this amount of money. Yep. So that's what LinkedIn is for. Yes, for LinkedIn and Facebook, keep more, more on the professional side of fun. And then of course on Instagram and TikTok, have more creativity too. Keep it classy, please. Keep it classy. Nobody wants to see you going out and at a rave all night. Okay. So because your customers are seeing that. They are going to social media and they are seeing what your life is like. Okay. If you're posting all of these videos and pictures about going out, to this party, this place, and kind of like what your lifestyle is, right? We're going out to parties all night. I knew it. I knew it. See, he didn't answer. He just laughed. So, um, look for each one of your platforms. Look at your last handful of posts because that's what your customers are going to look at. What does your life project that's either going to relate or not relate with your customers that are going to social media to look at you? Okay. You can test yourself. Go back to your social media in any platform. Look at the last 5, 6 posts or so, because that's what they're going to be looking at. And if it's a whole bunch of party stuff, you're probably not going to be having any clients anytime soon, right? But if it's clean, it's buttoned up, like, hey, you know what? This is what's happening out in town in Roswell. Great. He or she is an active member in the community there. Sound good? So LinkedIn, what you should be posting. Yesterday we talked about like 2 to 3 different 3 to 500 word articles that you're posting on there. Think of it as your newspaper. Okay. So whenever you open up your newspaper, for those of us who remember the days of paper, whenever you open up your newspaper, what are you looking at? You look at the headlines. Yeah, you read the headlines, and if the headline interests you, then you might read the article. You might get through the first paragraph of the article. Be like, okay, I've got the gist. Sometimes you read the entire thing, but it all depends on who you are as a consumer, right? It's the exact same thing. So hit a variety of different topics in your social media that's going to pertain to several different audiences. It may or may not be for the younger generation. You're talking about what you can do in your home to like putting in handrails on the staircases or stepping into the shower for for the senior generations, or for the younger ones, the younger generation, they're probably not too interested in that. Okay, what is the younger generation interested in when it comes to home ownership?
Oh,
The parties, right?
absolutely.
Yeah. I see where your mind is at. You two are gonna go party here in a little bit, right? Uh-huh. They're wanting to, yeah, they want the pretty house. Okay. They want, you know, there's they want, if they're more on the creative side, they want a blank canvas that they can go in and they can paint and they can put in their own cabinets and they can hang up their pictures that they've had since, their younger years or whatever. So they're stepping into home ownership. Okay, what are the things that they're interested in doing? Okay, if they're on the creative side, like I said, they want a blank canvas that they can create their own space. Some of the younger generations just want to move in and hang up a couple of pictures and be good to go, right? So what's going to matter to the younger audiences? And then those who are, Gen X. Gen X is probably not really moving a whole lot. They're getting more solidified in their home. They're probably not going to be moving anytime soon unless it's for a job change. Okay. Um, so what's going to matter to a homeowner that's a Gen Xer? What do you think? Probably closet space. Mhm. Home value and remodeling. Okay, how can they spruce up their home so that if they decided to sell it, they could build some equity into it. Okay, what renovations can you put into your home that could yield you the most when it comes to equity? Kitchens and bathrooms. Yep, those are also high ticketed renovations. So for the younger generations, whenever you're talking about doing renovations in a home, for the younger generations, you could talk about, hey, what is either cheap or almost free that I could do in my home to spruce up the equity? Did you know if you walk into the kitchen and the drawer pulls are loose, whenever a potential home buyer is walking into a listing, the drawer pulls are loose, they immediately think, okay, if the homeowner has not taken care of this type of stuff, what else is wrong with them? They're more than likely going to dip it out of the house and not buy it. Mhm. So everybody's going to go home and try our drawer pulls now. All right, so for LinkedIn, 2 to 3 different posts per week of 300 to 500 words long. I'm seeing some eyeballs go like this. We'll go over it in just a second, how we can get those eyeballs to shrink. 3 to 500 words, 2 to 3 different posts per week in a range of topics that matter to your target audience and also the generations within that target audience. Okay. Also, you're more on the professional side of your videos. Absolutely. Post your podcast video. Do it. The long form. You can upload up to 10 minutes from your phone and up to 15-minute video from a computer. So those are your long form videos. You can also do your short videos as well. Okay, for all of you who are writing, you're going to be doing this, right? You're writing it down. So you're writing it into truth, right? Okay, so for now, where to get the content? Where do you get content to post on LinkedIn? That's a good answer. Sure, I could tell you all day long what to do. Different ideas. Yep. Yeah, yep. The daily challenges, the social media posts or social media challenges. You can type my name into workplace and type in Celina challenge or Celina challenge or something. It's going to pull up almost a year and a half worth of social media challenges that you can do. Do me a favor, because Betsy already did it. Pick 10 of them. Go through and pick 10. And that will be, if you post 2 to 3 times a week from that list of 10, that's an entire month's worth of content. How are you doing on that list of 10?
Is in your workplace?
It's in workplace. Yep. So in workplace, you can type in my name and it's going to pull up all of the posts that I have posted. However, you want to refine it down some even more, do Celina challenge, and it's going to pull up every post that I have posted for the daily social media challenge. And sometimes it's a weekend social media challenge too. It takes you an entire weekend to do this. Oh. Mhm. Lighter side is more on the humor side of a real estate. Like, yeah, sometimes they have okay content, but it's more for entertainment purposes. So do you want to be Jasmine, the entertaining real estate agent, or do you want to be Jasmine, the hey, I know everything about real estate agent? So yes, you can filter that in, but I wouldn't make every post humorous.
Something that's kind of similar, like as far as giving you content ideas as far as.
For newsletters, like it, because they're all so unique. You know, whenever you type in real estate newsletter into any search engine, it's going to pop up and it's going to be these boring, hey, this is why you should change your light bulbs. Hey, this make sure that you paint the front door before you sell it. Like it's going to be all of this boring stuff. So that's the reason why we don't, yes, we have like the templates, or we're building the templates that you can pick and choose, but for the content itself, what are the things that are happening in your life? What are the things that are happening? Because you live here in Roswell, right? What are the things that are happening here in Roswell? There's lots of things. Okay. And we talked about it last week with your dog, using your dog as an avatar for your business. This reason why we have pets and kids is for marketing our real estate businesses. I'm sorry. Just for that. That's the only reason why Axel is here, is to help you advertise your real estate business. Yeah. Not as a physical like avatar, like a cartoon, but like for example, she's got the most antisocial dog that there is. Okay. Can she take her antisocial dog to a big dog park? No, there are other people that are out there that have antisocial dogs, just like Jasmine does. Where are the places that she can take her dog to? For Mr. Antisocial, doesn't like anybody, what are the places that he can go to be able to experience life as well? And then Iris has got the exact opposite. She's got Mr. Popular, okay, or Mrs. Popular. Mr. She's got Mr. Popular, loves everybody. Okay. So what are the places that Iris can take her dog to that she's probably not going to go where Jasmine takes her dog to? So that's a little bit that you're working on, right? Say yes. I knew it.
It only does have to follow your.
Yeah, so you do it as a post on your LinkedIn. So everybody that you're connected to is there. And also you can see if how many people have viewed your profile too that you're not in connection with. If you're connected, you can see if they're looking at your profile. But you'll get a user count, or you'll get a somebody from this town was looking at your profile, or somebody with this job title was looking at your profile. That's what you'll get. So if you're posting things that matter to the people that are looking at, like, so say, for example, somebody is in, is an investor, okay, works at an investment company for real estate. What are some of the things that you should be posting on your page? Things that matter to who's looking at your profile.
And when you, a lot of times you'll have the questionnaire, you're working 4 days a week or whatever topic, and people answer to that, or it's kind of like a quiz.
Mm-hmm.
Who sets those up?
LinkedIn.
That those are actually not actually on there. I mean, in other words, I was thinking like if you put something in real estate oriented and see how many people answer that.
So you're wanting to post a questionnaire.
Would that
Why not?
a way to, but you wouldn't really see who answered.
Yeah, let's dig into it. I'll look into LinkedIn and see if there's, because I have not done a questionnaire or a survey on LinkedIn, so I don't know what it looks like. But I'll dig into it and get you the answer. Yeah. Mhm. They're fun and they're interactive, and you know, you're safe behind the computer screen, right? So that's the reason why we like it. That's why we like social media, is because, oh, we get to peer into other people's lives, but we only get to share what we want to share. If they're anonymous,
Yeah.
it'll boost your numbers. Mhm. And if they're super duper anonymous, and you don't know who this person is, okay, they're not the right client for you.
You said the content that we put in on the LinkedIn should be more local if you just put information
Yeah.
to the area you're trying to talk.
Mhm. Yep, to the area, to the people, your target audience of who you want to work with. So I would have it semi-regional. So maybe the town that you reside in and that you want to serve, and then the neighboring towns. Like, for example, I live in Canton, but I would post about something happening in Woodstock as well, because it's only 15 minutes away down one road.
Got it.
Okay. So I'd pick the towns around you, and then also your target audience and the different age generations within that target audience.
So, what would you say the ratio for posting versus, real estate content?
On a business page or okay, which platform are you talking?
So my Instagram is, one now,
Mhm.
business and
Mhm.
personal. So, I guess we can use that one.
Okay, so for that one, I would say 80-20, 80% real estate-ish content. I wouldn't do definition dumping because that would be super boring. Nobody's ever gonna watch it, but how real estate is related to your life. And then like 20% personal, like, hey, you know, Father's Day, lunch with my dad, etc. It shows that you're human. And that you've got a life outside of real estate as well. Real estate is a part of your life. So I'd say like 80-20%, 80% real estate related content, and then 20% your personal life, give or take. Mhm. What else you got? Nothing? Everything is hunky dory in social media? What's, what do you think is your biggest hurdle when it comes to social media? Being consistent? Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Making.
Yes, doing it.
Just doing it. So if you go to my Facebook business page, my real estate page, and you go back to my first videos, I promise you, they look exactly like your videos do now. I didn't know what I was doing in front of the camera. I was trying to read the script, and you can tell that I'm sitting there reading the script word for word. Yeah, so everybody starts off doing video terribly, okay? Unless you're a trained actor for film, okay? Because there's trained actors for theater, trained actors for, stunts. There's trained actors for film. So there's different genres of acting. Starting off in film, like, unless you bring that training with you to your real estate career, you're gonna have terrible real estate videos. So just do it, get it over with, and you'll get better every single day. Yes. So what you could do is do it more interview style. So instead of standing there, looking at the camera or looking at your phone as you're talking to it, have a conversation with somebody, set it up side by side where you're talking with somebody and you're discussing something back and forth versus just trying to talk to a phone. I'm a different person whenever I talk to the phone versus whenever I'm having a conversation with somebody. I don't like scripts either.
You know enough about it to be able to talk about it.
Correct.
Something like that. And that goes hard.
Yeah, it is. And I'll be honest, whenever I first came on board here, I found out about a script, a scripter thing that I was reading off of, and it limited me because I got used to it. And it got to the point where I was going to record a live video out somewhere and I froze. I didn't know what to say. And I ended up not doing the video because I didn't have my script in front of me of what to say. So it limited me. So don't go down that rabbit hole of relying on your script. If you because believe me, I can tell when I watch your videos and you're reading it off of a script, I can tell. I can tell because that's not how you speak in conversation. So what you can do is instead of having your scripter, have somebody ask you one question off camera. So you say, for example, I've got my phone here set up, and then Rosangela is going to be the one asking me a question. So you ask me a question. Hey, Celina, we'll pick like a normal one. Hey, what should I do to my front porch to get it ready to sell? So ask me that.
What? You usually?
Yeah, you're asking me that. You're interviewing me. What you should do to sell something, to sell your house for, see, like I said, okay, we're all human, right? Right. Sound like the Tasmanian devil. So the things that you need to do to your front porch are make sure that you've got all the leaves blown off of it. Nobody wants to walk up to her front porch and there are leaves all over the place, right? So get the leaves off. If you want to, run up to Home Depot or Lowe's, your local gardening store, grab some flowers, put them by the front porch. Here's another quick tip. If you paint your the trim on your front door before you go to list it, whenever your clients come up to potentially purchase the property, the smell of fresh paint immediately makes, whenever they first walk into the home, it leaves a lingering like scent. So it smells like a freshly painted home.
See, I think the time when you're going to explain something, you spend more than 6 seconds.
That was probably about 30 seconds. Mhm. One question. You want to time me?
Yeah.
Okay, we could totally make this interactive. Tell you what, you practice with each other, find a partner. I thought that was about 30 seconds. Mhm. If you think it's going to be 30 seconds, whenever you're like, okay, I'm thinking about my answer to be about a 30-second answer, it's really going to be about 45 seconds. But whenever you look back on your recording, where you're like, oh gosh, that was way too long. That was way too long. Sometimes it'll be shorter. Mhm. So tell you what, there's a perfect number of people in here. We can practice. We can practice right now. So ask a question, real estate related, ask the person. Yeah. You're looking off. You're looking off. So the camera would be here, for example, and you're asking me a question. So it's a conversation. So you're bringing your audience in as a third party to a conversation already happening. Yeah, set it up. Let's set it up. All right, so what we're doing is, this is gonna be a little interactive section. So we're impromptu having an interview off camera. So you're going to be setting up your camera slightly off, like this or so, okay? And for example, the way that this is gonna be set up on Zoom here is, here's my camera that's gonna be recording me, and you're asking me the question. So I'm not looking directly at the camera whenever I'm answering the question. So you're going to ask me what to do, or ask me the question, and then I'm gonna keep the focus on you, because you're the part of the conversation here. So we're talking like this, and then, for example, I'm gonna go ahead and record this in selfie mode. Okay, so we'll go through this again. You'll ask me a question. I'll answer it, keeping the focus on you, because this is a part of the conversation, right? So it doesn't matter if the camera is moving or not, because you're doing this a selfie style. Okay, so if you want to be mic'd up with the other person, that's great. If you don't, that's completely fine too. But do it as a way that you and I are having a conversation, and the camera is just slightly off. So we're going to be talking back and forth, and that'll be the video. So whenever we stop recording, for example, once I get to here, this is what the video is going to look like. So it looks like you're having a conversation with somebody, which is what you want. So that's a great way to break the ice and get your questions down, or get your answers down to less than a minute, so that you can post it on social media and you can post it to all of them. So that's what we're working on right now.
Yes, well.
All right, now I want you to practice just like I just did. So I just gave a demonstration for those here on Zoom. Go ahead and hold your phone, selfie mode in your camera. Selfie mode in your camera, and hold it slightly in front of you this way. So you want the angle, you want your angle to look about like this, where you've got both of your shoulders in here and you're holding the phone. Doesn't matter if it looks like you're holding the phone or not, because you're recording it selfie style, and your phone is probably going to be moving anyway, unless you have a tripod. And then your tripod is not going to move. So, but you want, like, for example, Dominique,
Yes.
like, you would be answering my question, or you would be asking me a question. I'm going to go ahead and hit record. So you would ask me the question, and I would keep my contact with you. So my eye contact would be with you, because this is where the conversation is happening. So then whenever you hit stop, your video is going to look like this.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not looking at the camera. You are talking, because that's where the conversation is happening. Well, that's different. That's different. But if you're, yeah, so this is like an idea as a way to break the ice and get a video recorded or something. So instead of just looking at the camera, and to not look at your prompter that you're wanting to read from, look at the other person, have that conversation.
Granted, sometimes when I look at TikTok, it's.
We're gonna go back to that same question. What do I think?
Yeah, so there's a couple of apps that are there sometimes, and you can do it within the social media platforms as well. But we use captions. You got to pay for captions, but and there is a free version. Absolutely, you should have your subtitles, essentially is what they are on your videos. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And you suggest what type of
A tripod that you're going to use. You can always come over and borrow mine. All right, we're going to wrap up practice here, and they look great. So, all right. Thank you.